I just stop you from there? I'm not sure if it's Walker, Texas Rangers. It's the Texas Rangers, not the Walker, Texas Rangers.
Hello and welcome to Film Crickets, where we review movies and acting and things.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
I'm Gino and this is Marni. And what are we cricketing today, Marni?
We are cricketing the Netflix original movie, The Highwaymen.
Yes,
Let's get into it.
Let's start.
This is 1934. Gangsters, submachine guns. And you put cowboys on Bonnie and Clyde?
Texas Rangers.
So yes, the Netflix original movie, The Highwaymen.
Yeah.
Kevin Costner, Woody Harrelson. Story and theme. What did it cover?
The plot itself is it's a movie about the Walker, Texas Rangers who track down and eventually, spoiler, capture and kill.
Can I just stop you from there? I'm not sure if it's Walker, Texas Rangers. It's the Texas Rangers, not the Walker, Texas Rangers. That's a show.
I'm pretty sure they're the same thing. I think I know what I'm talking about.
They probably are. You're probably right.
I know what I'm talking about. So
it's the Texas Rangers story about
the Texas Rangers who capture. They
hunt down.
And kill Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's set in 1934, and it's a pretty epic movie, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was very impressed by it. It was like, cinema quality. I was not. I mean, I'm pretty new to Netflix, so I didn't know what to expect, but it was epic. It was really epic. I loved the whole look of it, the vistas.
Yeah. The landscapes,
yeah.
and also they did an awesome job at having the original cars and the vehicles and everything like that. That was you don't generally expect that out of a Netflix movie. I mean, they are getting much better.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was you could have gone to the cinema to watch this movie.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Well, that's what I think they're all like now. I've never Netflixed before, so
yeah.
Are they not all like that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, well,
so they're a bit more low budget.
There's always a range of Netflix movies, and they're getting better and better. But there are movies that are you wouldn't call them B-grade movies, but they've just got a lower sort of quality in terms of in terms of how they've produced it and potentially even how they directed it. So it's just and also the casts. The cast is usually sometimes unknown, so there's more and more known sort of Hollywood large,
which is not
well-known
necessarily
actors
bad
coming
to have an unknown cast. I kind
No.
of like that. I've got a different rant for another time about how I think.
Oh, I love your rants, mate.
About how some actors, I'm not going to name any names, Leonardo DiCaprio, are just so overexposed that I'm sick of seeing their faces. And it's not that they're bad actors. I'm just like. Use somebody else.
Yeah, I know.
But
So back to the movie.
Yes.
So just looking at the characters, the story follows. It's based on a true story, obviously, and it follows. It follows Frank Hamer, who was a Texas Ranger. He's probably the most famous Ranger in terms of, or infamous Ranger kind of.
Walker, Texas Ranger,
and and there's this whole thing with Woody and what's it, Kevin, that the good cop bad cop type relationship. They come out of retirement, obviously, to hunt down Bonnie and Clyde, but they go through this. Let's talk a little bit about how what they sort of go through in terms of the journey. So they're not only hunting down these villains, you could say. What else are they going through in terms of the movie?
They're both battling with their own sort of inner demons about what they've done, the things that they've done in the past.
Yeah.
Which is sort of a trope that gets used now and again. But it's not a bad one. It's that remorse, I suppose.
Yeah. I think they're grappling with, the fact that they've probably... Well, I mean, there was a scene where they're talking about killing 50 people in one setting, where they've gone in and they've sort of basically shot out 50 people and killed 50 people in one event.
Yeah.
And
Even
so
though,
they're grappling with all that. Was it right? Was it wrong? All that sort of thing, I think. Especially as they're older, as they're getting older.
Yeah.
So, I thought they did a good job of that. I think Kevin Costner, he's kind of renowned for that sort of the legendary character that...
that's his...
that's his take sort of thing. Yeah.
His shtick,
his shtick, yeah.
I really did like how it sort of played on those tropes a little bit where, the part where the kid's throwing the glass bottles for him to shoot.
Oh, yes.
Misses every one of them.
Yeah. Like, he's come out of, just give it a snap, he's come out of retirement, he's sort of an older... He reluctantly come out of retirement, I guess, but then, he walks up, there's a bunch of kids playing in the paddock and he asks the kids to throw the bottles and he's just shooting and he's missing every single one. Like
a person would.
Yeah.
But it's not what they normally do in movies. Where
no.
The hero kind of is, even after, however many years or decades, and he's still like...
Yeah. I think that's kind of, probably a good digression to the director directing that sort of part of the film, bring it down. Like the director is John Lee Hancock, and he's directed The Blind Side and The Founder, and it's very much about these characters that bring it down to like an everyday thing. And that scene was very much like that, wasn't it? It was just like, I'm getting old, I can't even shoot, can't even do that sort of stuff. So I thought that was a really good sort of take on that. I like that.
Touch on the other tropes about how Kevin Costner is often the reluctant hero.
Yeah.
Which it's not necessarily bad. It's just something that, he sort of does and is known for. But it's that whole, come on, please, you've got to come out of retirement and help me.
Do you think you either like him or hate him or love him, or is he that kind of actor? A lot of actors have that sort of take. People either love you or hate you, or.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I sort of feel neutral. I mean, I like his movies, so.
I
don't know if I've ever heard
movies.
anyone say, I hate Kevin Costner's movies.
Oh, I think I have. Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Oops, something's tinging off there. Somebody sent me a message. Hello. So I don't mind his movies, but I think some people don't like his acting. But no, and Woody Harrelson, mate, his role probably kind of outshone, Kevin's role a couple of times in the movie, where I think he's like that movie that scene where he's sitting at the table talking about killing these 50 people. I just think you could just see he was grappling with all that stuff.
Yeah.
That scene there, was really a good one for me.
Yeah, and you could just sort of feel he told the story well, and maybe not. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not something that they would have or could have Kevin Costner doing.
Yeah. What's that?
Sort of tell the story in that way, in that table scene where they're playing cards.
No, he wouldn't. Yeah. He wouldn't. Although he did in that scene where he was talking to Clyde's father.
Oh yeah.
He told that story reluctantly, though. Remember, he was like, he had obviously a shitty childhood as well. Yeah. So
that was interesting, that whole part. I like that scene with Clyde's dad.
That was one of my favourite scenes, actually. Yeah.
That was good.
So it just delved right into his life, and then you saw the parallels with even Clyde's life, like what he'd gone through with obviously the law, and being sort of his father thinking that he'd been misdone by or hard done by the cops. Yeah. And so, there's all this levelling off of, I've had a hard time and he's had a hard time, and please give him a chance, sort of thing. After he'd gone and killed so many people.
He was kind of resigned to it. He was like, I know you have to. I know there's no way out for him now. That was interesting.
It was really well done. That was probably one of the favourite parts of the movie. Yeah.
Well, that was sort of interesting. That whole comparison, and it made me think of Ned Kelly in the sort of way that, it sort of starts out for that way. They have one bad run-in with the law, and then, not that I'm saying necessarily, I don't know anything about Bonnie and Clyde really.
Yeah.
But it's that sort of interesting, that starting point, and then, one turn on the trail is what they said in the movie, and then it basically leads you down, you're set down the wrong path and you can't come back from it.
Yeah. I think that was, you really could get a sense of that. But also, I love the fact that they'd explored the whole thing, that because all the it's a bit like that Ned Kelly bushranger thing where he had obviously had the love of the people, but not necessarily the love of the law. And so Bonnie and Clyde had so many people love them, protect them in a way, protected them in a sense.
Wasn't that weird?
They actually did seem to want to hold them up on a pedestal and protect them in a lot of the times. And obviously this was frustrating for the people hunting them down. So
because there was that perception that they were like Robin Hood type characters. I don't know if that's not really what Robin Hood was all about.
No, well they were absolute murderers, and they murdered a whole bunch of people. So it's it obviously wasn't going to end well for them at all. But that's interesting how they did that take on that side.
Yeah, the end was so grotesque of them being when the
ambush.
That too. But when that's happened and the car's being hauled through town and people are trying to grab them.
That end scene.
Disturbing.
That was, they did that well too. I mean, I had a look on after the movie. I watched the movie and I had a look on the internet to see the history. It actually there's photos of crowds of people just trying to grab the car and pull them out of the car. Because they were just in disbelief that these two had been killed. And I don't know. I mean, it was interesting because at first I thought, are they grabbing them because they want to revere them, or are they grabbing them because they were hated them so much?
I thought they were
potentially
just sort of trying to grab souvenirs, anything from them, because the
possibly.
people was taking his ring off his head.
Yes, I can remember that.
Such a very ugly picture of humanity.
But they did a really good job. The director did a great job at obviously representing what actually happened, but at the same time following this story through with the people that actually hunted them down. So because you didn't see much of Bonnie and Clyde at all. I mean, you didn't see anything till the end.
They were very mysterious throughout the film, up to the end.
So
and even afterwards, really. Because they didn't speak, as far as I'm aware, unless it was just briefly.
Oh, I think they said something when they got ambushed or something.
Maybe.
When they got ambushed, he may have said something to his friend that was changing the tire. I think there might have been one little interaction there. But which you have to do as continuity of what happened. But look, I think.
But on the whole, they weren't really explored as characters.
The producer, obviously, Casey Silver was the producer on this film. He's produced movies like Schindler's List and Jurassic Park, and so you can just, the quality you can just see it's there, and they've done an awesome job at conveying this story.
It kept you on a roller coaster. It kept me on a roller coaster. It was so good at building the tension, even though it's a story that pretty much everyone, even if you don't know about it, you sort of know what happens and how it ends. But the moment where that man, the milkman, who's the dairy farmer, is witnessing in the distance them shoot the policeman.
Oh yes.
As soon as they introduce a new character like that, and you think, oh no, what's going to happen? What horrible thing is going to befall this person? You just actually witnessed something. They
did well with that tension side. Absolutely. I mean, obviously, they've done that many times. But you can't really beat the level, the caliber that these people who worked in the film have. It's right up there. Really comes across. It's so absolutely noticeable. Okay, so we are going to rate this movie. So in terms of rating this movie, we are rating him in crickets, aren't we? So crickets out of 10. What's your rating out of 10, Marni?
I would rate it 9 out of 10 crickets.
9 out of 10. That's
I really enjoyed it.
Pretty high.
It's hard to find fault with it. I think it's a very good movie.
I think in terms of continuity, following the story, and just creating a movie that you can sit there and you've got everything from creating the tension right through to seeing the love and the and the hate as well. It just had everything.
Nuanced, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's why I'm giving it 8 crickets.
8 crickets.
So not as good as you, Marni.
Well, okay. But where would you improve? Or what did you possibly not love so much about it?
Look, I guess one of the things was the length of the movie was 2 hours. It probably could have been shorter in bits. Yeah. Because essentially you didn't follow the storyline of Bonnie and Clyde. There were bits and pieces that were referencing that they found their pattern of travel. But I think they could have shortened all that down and made it potentially more of a story about the 2 cops. Yeah. But other than that, I think I'm going to be probably marking things a bit more harsher than you, Marni. I'm just the way I am, maybe.
Good cop, bad cop.
How I roll.
Whoa. Look out.
Okay, so that's the show for today.
Thank you very much for tuning in, and please like and subscribe.
Thank you. See you later.
Bye.